Hey guys, hope you guys have missed me. Literally, it's been like so long. I think it's been like a couple of days to be honest, but I've literally have not taken any trades until like today, mainly because there has been nothing. Either my draws and liquidity have been getting booked, or we just have nothing, or it was NFP day, literally like last week. So on top of that, I just didn't trade, and then yesterday I had nothing. Monday I woke up a little bit late, and my draw and liquidity was already booked. Um, yesterday's price action was genuinely insane, bro. Let's look at it, dog. Dog. Dog, 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 dog. Hold on. Going on the hourly, bro. If we just look at yesterday's price action, like, I don't, like, bro, this could just tell you enough. Sunday, the 10th, right here. Dog, from 9, right here. From 9, bro, we just did nothing. We were just in a whole freaking range, dog. This was just genuinely disgusting. We didn't start moving until like late PM session, to be honest. I know some people caught dubs. I didn't catch anything. I just cut off after AM session because I was like, yeah, I'm done. But the draws and liquidity were higher time frame like draws, so they did end up hitting. But today was a really quick trade. I'm gonna show you guys how I did it, why I didn't use my 5 minute strategy. It was really just 1 minute like alignment with everything. Practically my 1 minute entry model on this. Except I just treated it as a regular trade. But today, really simple, honestly, at least for me. Um, Coming into today, I saw that we had CPI news data. So tradeful. So I saw that we had CPI news data, and I saw on ES we had it already taken the high. I saw on Nasdaq we did not take the high. So to me, that symbolizes an SMT. If you guys don't know what an SMT is, it's literally just when one pair makes a high, other pair makes a higher high. I mean lower high. It's like literally when one pair fails to take the other high or the other low, and that's what you call a divergence within the pairs. So within that, we ended up having an SMT divergence. From there, we ended up displacing lower and lower and lower. On the 5 minute, I was really peeping before pre-market. We ended up breaking 5 minute structure through here. We ended up having a lot of equal highs. This was something I was really kind of scared about, but I wasn't really that worried about, considering we had the SMT right here, and I didn't think we'd want to come for these equal highs until we took out data lows. Just the way we have been displacing all throughout pre-market led me to think that okay, we're probably gonna want data lows. So with that being said, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I know what I want. I want data lows, and then after this, I'm done. If data lows gets booked like market open or like right during pre-market or something, then I'm off for the day because I have no other like high time frame targets besides maybe like 10 a.m. high. But I don't really want that at all. Maybe price was probably gunning towards that right now because we do have a lot of low resistance liquidity right here. But honestly, I don't find any of this like favorable. Long term wise, I am bullish though, however. So if you guys haven't peeped that video of my thoughts of summer price action, go peep that because we ended up hitting literally one of my targets, which was this daily gap, and I wouldn't be surprised if we end up having a little tiny sell off maybe, or we just stay in this gap for like another day or two, and then we either push up or just have a little sell off. I wouldn't be surprised for a little sell off because all we've been doing is really just pumping up recently. And but yeah, if you guys do want to go tap into that, go do it. A little self promo. But anyways, back to it. Coming into the market, we had that SMT. From there, we had a continuation change in the state of delivery. And what I mean by continuation is literally just I just look at the two down close candles. I mean two up close candles already in a downtrend, and I just use this as a continuation because usually when we end up having it, it usually comes with a strong displacement. At least in my eyes, with the way I trade them. Sometimes I do trade them reversal. Some I just like the continuation moves because this was a continuation trade to my drawn liquidity. From there, we ended up having uh, two high displacement fair value gaps. I usually target the first one that is formed, but with how this one was really formed, with how the second one was mainly formed, I was setting my limit order on this on the second one, and we ended up getting filled. My fill was like right around here, and then from there we ended up targeting data lows. This was a 2.3 R trade. I'm not gonna lie, my stops were really tight on this, mainly because I didn't see price coming up to this first one. We were wicking very sensitively on this fair value gap. We didn't even close inside of it, so that led me to believe, okay, we have good spirits and end up coming for data lows, but just because we didn't close inside of it. However, on not ES, on Nasdaq, we ended up closing inside of it, but this was like the first presented fair value gap, to be honest. So we ended up closing inside of it, and then we ended up displacing towards. I wasn't really worried on ES because ES was the lagging indicator. But however, the way we didn't close inside any gaps, we just kept wicking above the way how it was sensitive. I like that a lot, and that honestly like had me made me even have more conviction for my stop loss to be literally like right on the high. So yeah, really tight stop loss, and then drawn liquidity was that at lows, and then that was pretty much it. Whatever price wants to do now, really out of my control, not my problem. I'm definitely done for the day. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if we gun towards 10 a.m. high, or like the 50% of this gap throughout today, or sometime like later on this week. But yeah, that is literally my trade recap. It was a really quick, really quick video. Um, I was literally done before the macro, and I usually do not trade before the macro at all. Like genuinely, the only times you'll catch me trading before the macro is when the drawn liquidity is so clear, and my entry model shows up. Like there's no way I won't take it. I was debating on taking this pre-market, however, and you're probably asking why. Well, literally we had the same thing on pre-market. We ended up having dog. We ended up okay, dog. I'm tripping. We ended up having our change in the state right here. Hello. Okay, we ended up having our change in the state right here, and then from there, we had the first gap that was formed right from the CISD. We ended up having that filled, and then we also had this other gap literally ran through. On top of that, created a BPR. So if anything, we could just delete this gap because it was filled, and then we ended up having price come into the BPR, not closing inside of it, and we ended up having price come into this order block, and then from there displacing. I did see this, and I was tempting on taking it pre-market and setting my stops really tight, but I don't take trades during pre-market. Maybe I will when I'm profitable, but not anytime soon. But just the way everything else played out here, I liked it a lot. Ended up taking it. Literally my entry strategy just on the 1 minute. Everything I look for in the 1 minute really appeared in this regular trade. In SMC, a change in the state of a rally gap, and then boom, simple. But yeah. One thing to mention: as soon as not ES, as soon as Nasdaq took the high, took the low at 946. ES followed right along, but a couple seconds behind. I was going to set my stop loss to break even, but however, recently I probably won't do that unless it's like a significant amount of lag, or unless the first gap gets inversed, and then from there it's GG's. But yeah, that's just something to mention. I was gonna pick my stop to break even, but I did not. I just kept it rolling, and then we ended up just delivering to data lows, and then yeah, that's how both my draws and liquidity got booked, and that is how I'm done for the day. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video a lot. Literally, it was a really quick video. I didn't really go over my mistakes. One thing I could have done better, probably set my stop loss a little bit too higher. But other than that, I feel like I played this really well. This was everything I look for in a regular trade, just on the 1 minute. I just used 1 minute today. Holy leak. But but yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next trading video. Hopefully tomorrow we start cooking. I love you guys. Peace.